the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, good Tuesday evening, race fans, and welcome to Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series Pro Late Models at Lernerville. Round number 3 for the Pro Late Models here. Round number 6 overall in the season. Good to be back on a Tuesday night. Had a full schedule on Monday night. Some great racing was had. We expect to see about the same here tonight. Got about 18 drivers checked into the pits. Going to be a great show. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Be sure if you're over on the Facebook, any of the pages, come by the Dirt Racing Networks page, like, share, and follow. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit subscribe, and you'll know every time we go live. Couple of minutes, these guys will be going in for their drivers' meeting. When they get ready to go in, we'll go trackside, get our opening ceremonies out of the way. Plenty going on this week in racing. Got the PRO Series here tonight. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Warriors. The General Tires Winter Nationals, presented by Tim Sims, powered by iRacing. Hosted by the Dirt Slingers. Wednesday night, Warriors Big Block Modified Series. They will be at Lanier, round number 9 of that series, 9 of 12. Couple 3 weeks here, right around the 13th of April, be a new series following that series. It is going to be I-55 Peevely track every week. They are setting everything up. They've got some sponsors procured for that thing. It's going to be pro late models there each and every week. Same car, same tracks. Going to let the guys kind of hack it out a little bit, fix their own setups up, and have some fun with the cars. And they'll change the track conditions about every week, but that sounds like a fun one. We'll be covering that one. That'll be at 9:30 Eastern. And we'll have all of our regular stuff. 3 series on Sunday, 2 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday. So 5 nights of racing, 7, 8 shows, and hope everybody can tune in for that. Right now, we're going to get ready to go down trackside. Drivers about to clear the raceway, and we're going to have tonight's national anthem and invocation.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, big thank you to the Foley boys. Practice and our drivers meeting coming to an end. Drivers will be getting ready for their qualifying efforts. We'll watch and see who rolls off first here. Joe Reuter looks like he's going to be rolling. Anthony DeBarro already on track. 27 machine. First timed lap. He is on the clock already. Casey Miller's out on track. The old Jabroni's in here on track as well. We'll watch lap number 1 from DeBarro. DeBarro 14.76. Chambrone jumps up to second. There goes Casey Miller. Casey Miller 14.66. Quick time. Now Garrett Boyd, G-Body, puts the 21 machine. That's your points leader in the series right there after 2 races. And he has a 21 car looking pretty sporty right now. Across the stripe, did not improve on the lap number 2. But he is quickest currently at that 14.65. Casey Miller 14.51 and 14.71 and 14.74 for Ryan Williams. Reed Rundle on track right now. And Rundle, really out of shape out of 4 right there. Rundle may have clipped a tire or something right there. He's 13th quick right now. Looking a little smoother this lap. I don't know that it's quicker. It looks like everybody but Shane Yates, the 11 car currently, has taken time. And Joe Reuter, 7th quick, and he's just getting a few laps in the 20 machine. So it looks like your quick qualifier for the evening is going to end up being your points leader in the series, Garrett Boyd. Drivers will get ready to clear the track. Don't know what happened to Mr. Yates, but apparently the 11 car is not taking time in qualifying. So they'll let the time on the qualifying session run out. We will get ready for heat races. Forget, if you're in the Lima, Ohio area, drop by the fairgrounds up there and see Tim and the boys this weekend at the pit party. All right, heat number 1, 6 drivers scheduled for this one. Looks like we'll have 3 heats for you tonight. On the pole, going to be Jason Haynes in the 26, with Joe Reuter, the 20 car, on his outside. Jerry Watkins will start inside of row number 2, and next to him, quick qualifier of the evening, the 21 car of Garrett Boyd. Reed Rundle going to start position number 5 in the 43, and Karen Cohan, Nick, Dizzy Nick, got another 21 car, and he'll start outside our back row for heat number 1. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you got a favorite driver. Looks like everybody now has made the call. All 6 cars going to roll out onto the racing surface. So Nick Cohan got out of the orange machine. He's into that black one with the green trim. The orange number is still on the side of it, but all right. Green flag in the air. Heat number 1 underway. Into 1 and 2. Haynes goes to the top. Boyd went around the outside. He's got a position picked up already. Watch for the back. Cohan is back there. Racing tight. I think Boyd went for it on the inside. Couldn't make it stick. Lost the nose of the car. Gives Reuter back the spot. Now he's 3 wide out of 2. He'll take the position away from Watkins and Cohan. Up front, Haynes hanging onto the lead, but Reuter right in behind, tucked neatly in the tire tracks of the 26 machine. And now Boyd in the 21 making another run up the backstretch. He had to check the car up as Reuter tried to cover the high line late. Reuter now not giving that top side anything to work with. He's going to go all the way up. Here comes Watkins, going to try to use the top side and get around Boyd. Into the corner, had to turn the car down the hill because Boyd was already stuck to the outside. Now moves to the inside. Will the slider line work? I don't think he's going to get there. Reuter drove that car in very deep on the top side. Laps winding down. Haynes is 1, Reuter 2, Boyd is 3, and Watkins in the 11 right behind him. Then Cohan and Rundle in behind that. As we get down to 2 to go, contact between Reuter and Haynes. Hey, Robert, how you doing, buddy? Oh, that time contact between Watkins, Boyd, and Reuter. And Boyd comes away with second, closing in. White flag in the air. Jason Haynes has led the first 5. Here comes Boyd. Haynes flashes out. Boyd goes up the hill, parks him. And Garrett Boyd to the point. Here comes a big move from Cohan. He tried to go 4 for 1, and he didn't get it. Boyd wins it. Cohan comes home second. Reuter third. Rundle all the way up to 4th after all the contact between Haynes and Watkins. Those two come home 5th and 6th. So things got dicey on that last lap right there. And we'll take a look at the starting lineup for heat race number 2. On to the pole, the old jabroni, the 01 car. Nick Chambrone on his outside. Trevor Hinker in the 24. Josh Gerlach will start the 71 car on the inside of row number 2 next to Casey Miller in the 05. And our back row for the second heat of the night, Bill Coy, the 63 inside, John Borch, the 86 on the outside. So 6 more cars. Everybody is going to make our feature tonight. We get ready for the green flag in heat number 2.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag out once again. Through 1 and 2. Chambrone off the top side, wiggles the car. Here comes Gerlach. Now single file through the top 4. 5th place on the inside back there. That's Casey Miller, that purple and blue machine. Trying to work around John Borst. Bill Coy falling to the back here. But right now it's Chambrone and Gerlach. 1-2. Oh, car out of shape. I think that was Borst. And John Borst had a problem. Bill Coy able to get around the 1 car there. Usually the 63, he's running the 1 tonight. We'll go back to the front, see if any action's about to pick up because Gerlach is right on the back end of the 0-1 of Chambrone. Out of turn number 4, 4 laps to go. Chambrone and Gerlach starting to get away from Hinker, and Hinker keeping the car fairly clean in the corners here, not getting too sideways, but he is just not running these guys down. Big mistake there from Chambrone going into 3, and he allowed Gerlach to almost get up underneath the back end of that car, and that closes Hinker right on up within about 2 car lengths. Through 3 and 4. Oh, contact between Gerlach and Chambrone, and Gerlach's going to get the short end of that stick as Hinker gets around, Miller gets around, Borst got around, and now Gerlach back underway. You can see damage all the way around the 71 car. We're coming to the white flag. Little bit of sheet metal damage on the 0-1 machine there. Nick Chambrone, he's down the backstretch final time into 3 and 4. Got Trevor Hinker tight in tow right there. But Chambrone will win it. Hinker is second. Casey Miller is going to work his way all the way up to third. Then John Borst, Josh Gerlach, and Gerlach off a 4 with a problem to the car. And, well, hopefully they got another one in the trailer because that one's finished. Bill Coy rounded out our Heat 2 field. So a little contact between our leaders with a couple to go, and that really shook the standings up there. So it's going to be Heat 3. Starting a lineup, Robert Lynn, the 2-car, inside on the pole with Ryan Bueller in the 07 on his outside. Anthony Navarro, 27 machine, will start inside row number 2, right next to Ryan Williams in the 06-3. And your final row for your final heat of the evening, the 19 of Corbin Hutchison inside, and Shane Yates scheduled to be in the 11 on the outside. I don't think either one of those two in the back row back there made the call to get out on the track. I think we're going to have 4 cars in this one. Here comes the 5th one. Corbin Hutchison finally making the rundown. He'll join on the inside of the back row. No Shane Yates. Interesting. I'm used to seeing Shane in here every week.
Green flag.
But the green flag is out on the final heat race. Robert Lynn is going to go straight to the point. He got a great jump. Here comes Ryan Bueller. Cursor back. And Bueller wasn't able to do anything with it. He falls back to second. Williams slid into third. DeBarro up to fourth, and Hutchison still at the back, but rounding out the field. They're pretty tight, all in the same straightaway. Robert Lynn able to stretch away. He's 7/10, maybe just a little bit more, almost 3/4 of a second over Bueller. Bueller, a couple of seasons ago, was the car to beat every night. And we have seen a little bit of a backslide out of that 7 team over the last couple of seasons. Ryan Williams, 63 car, still sits in third. And then DeBarro, we watched him a little bit in qualifying. Looks like he is trying to ride the top side. So 3 to go. Still Robert Lynn out in front. 3/4 of a second over Ryan Bueller. And Bueller's got about 3/4 of a second over Ryan Williams. Off of 4. They go down the front stretch. 2 to go. Well, now it looks like Robert Lynn's starting to struggle just a little bit late in this one, as Bueller starts to close the gap down to half a second on the white flag lap. Three and 4 for the final time, and it looks like Robert Lynn will close out heat races by picking up the win. Bueller is going to come home second, Williams in third, DeBarro fourth, and Corbin Hutchison rounding out that field. So the A main field is set. These guys will get a few minutes here to work the track down a little bit further. Well, maybe not. Maybe we're going to have a B main just to have one. Final starting spots for the final 3 rows, looks like. These guys are going to get a chance to maybe improve. Their heat race didn't go as well as they had hoped. So it'll be Haynes and Borst in row 1, DeBarro and Rundle in row 2, Gerlach and Hutchison in row 3, Watkins and Coy in row 4, and I seriously doubt we see the 11 car of Shane Yates unless somehow he has shown up in the last few minutes. And he joins this B main field. Thank you, Randy. Hope everybody is enjoying the show. Don't forget, like, share, follow us, and subscribe over on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Tomorrow night, Dominic Santino will have the General Tires Winter Nationals, presented by Tim Sims, powered by iRacing. 8 o'clock Eastern. Big block modifieds, round number 9 at Lanier. I know in a couple of weeks we have a Friday, Saturday show coming up for American Dirt Series. I want to say that's somewhere around the 15th, 16th of April. Have to look at the schedule, and I don't have it up in front of me at the moment. But the pace truck is headed off B main, 10 laps. This is just for starting spots in the final 3 rows of the A main tonight. And a green flag in the air. 3 wide back to, I saw Watkins get way side. I was thinking he and Rundle had a little contact down the middle, 1 and 2 on that first lap. They're trying to go 3 wide again. That time, Rundle moved inside on Borst, move him up to 3rd. DeBarro and Gerlach run 1-2. Now Borst trying to keep it on the inside. Just think there's a lot of momentum off that top side, and Rundle uses that to gain an advantage, get back in front of. Watkins goes up. He puts the right rear into the left front of Borst's car. Here comes Gerlach after a mistake. He pushes Rundle out the window. Down in 3 and 4, and Rundle's going to struggle to get the car under him. Car coming behind. That was Borst. So DeBarro's got the lead. Gerlach hung on to 2nd. Watkins moved up to 3rd. Hutchison into 4th. Rundle finally gets the car underneath him. He is 5th. Bill Coy. That's Bill Coy behind Reed Rundle. Jason Haynes took the car off the track, and I still don't see a Shane Yates anywhere, so he's highlighted on my screen, but he's not doing anything. There's John Borst, number 86, rolling through 3 and 4, up off the track. So he will be a few laps down. Haynes is already off the track. These guys winding them down. DeBarro, 1.3 seconds in front of Gerlach. I don't know. Watkins might be running Gerlach now. We'll watch the times here and see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like they're running about equal times right now. So that time a mistake out of 4, and it opened up the gap. DeBarro just kind of on a Sunday cruise out here. Nothing in front of him, nothing close behind. 2 to go this time. Almost put the right rear up over the top. Now he may want to turn the wick down just a touch right there. We're going to have this one well in hand. He'll start in the 10th position. Outside of row number 5 if he can hang on for one more lap. And barring a catastrophe in the next 150 yards, he's going to win the B main. That's Anthony DeBarro. Then Gerlach 2nd. Watkins comes home 3rd. Rundle will finish in 4th tonight. Corbin Hutchison in 5th. Bill Coy 6th. John Borst will come home 7th. And Jason Haynes will round out the B main field. Now we'll see how much time they're going to give them to continue to work things in. What we would like to do is jump out of here and pay a bill or two. And I think they're going to afford us the opportunity. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our feature. Drivers continuing to work some of the moisture up out of the track. Seems like these Pro Late Model cars are considerably better at handling slicker conditions than they are a tacky track. Some kind of weird glitch where they want to jump to the right on the exits of the corners. And if the track is slick enough, it's a lot easier to control these things. So we take a look. Garrett Boyd in the infield there. Here's Reed Rundle working around the top of 1 and 2, trying to make sure that 43 car is ready for tonight's feature. Nick Chambrone, same thing. Most of these guys will be up at the top. Chambrone missing the front end of that car. You probably want to go in and get that checked out before we get to feature time. Robert Lynn took that one out the side window, down in 3 and 4. Take it out of the ballpark, I guess. Trevor Hinker. You know, Garrett Boyd, the 21 car, is our points leader. Shane Yates was close behind, and I don't know what's happened with Shane Yates. He logged into the server and he left, or he is just choosing not to participate until feature time. Maybe we'll get to see him at the back of the field here in just a little bit. Now these guys go back to the wing sprint cars next week for round 4 of the 360 Sprint Car Series. And really, it has, once again this season, it has kind of been Casey Miller's show for the sprint cars. He's the defending series champion there. But your points leader right there, that 21 machine. Oh, internet. Okay, well, that explains a lot because I'm used to seeing you running pretty good out here with these guys, Shane. So I was kind of surprised. Hopefully you'll have that stuff worked out by tomorrow. We'll see you over at Dirt Slingers for the Big Block Series over there. Feed the gerbils. Tell them to go faster and give you a better connection. I'm not really sure what you got going on over there. About 50 seconds practice. We'll wind down the final practice before we go to our feature tonight. First 2 races have been very exciting for the series. I think a first and a third so far for the 21 car. That's got him out in front on the points. Practice winding down. Hopefully everybody's got the tuning they want done and they are ready to go. Because this track is going to do nothing but get slicker. They'll go way to the top, and then right before the end, I think, is when we're going to see the bottom. Maybe the last 7, 8, 9, 10 laps. Somebody's going to come around on the bottom and start picking up spots. So 18 drivers, 40 times around. We'll show you how they're going to line up. It will be your points leader, the 21 of Garrett Boyd on the pole, Nick Chambrone in the 01 behind him, or beside him, excuse me. Robert Lynn will start inside row number 2 next to Nick Cohan. And then Trevor Hinker and Ryan Bueller in row 3. Joe Reuter inside row number 4 next to Casey Miller. Ryan Williams going to start in the 9th position. 10th will be Anthony DeBarro. Josh Gerlach will start 11th and Jerry Watkins 12th. And then Reed Rundle and Corbin Hutchison going to make up row number 7. Your 8th row will be Bill Coy inside, John Borst outside. And our 9th and final row, Jason Haynes on the inside and Shane Yates, maybe not. On the outside of that row, said he's having internet problems, and I'm hoping that we get to see him, but if we do not, then, so be it. Unfortunate for him. So to get everybody out of the pits, couple of pace laps. We won't kick them loose just yet.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not
Extend
going
it
green
out
this
for
time. We're not
one
going
more
green.
pace lap as drivers are going to shuffle around. I think we had a pole draw, possibly. I see the 11 car of Shane Yates starting out there in 18th position, so he must have his internet issues figured out. He was able to roll the 11 car out into the field, so we're going to keep an eye on that. He's starting 18th. The only place he can go is forward, and Yates is always a threat. Right now, everybody's got to contend with the two guys in the front row, and they have both been fast all night long. The 21 of Garrett Boyd, the 2 of Robert Lynn. Pace truck off the top of turn number 3. Green flag in the air. PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series Pro Late Models round number 3 from Lernerville underway through 1 and 2. And Garrett Boyd streaks out to the lead. Half a second already. Battles for second and third right here side by side. Lynn and Williams. Boyd with a little bitty problem getting into 3 and 4, and he gave up a couple of car lengths there. He's hanging on. Ryan Williams now up the hill. Contact between Lynn and Cohan as Lynn got the car sideways. Cohan had nowhere to go. He's getting spread out 3 wide behind that. I saw Reuter in the middle between Miller and Chambrone. Reed Rundle is there. Now Cohan up the hill, and he gets a pump from behind. Got punted right in the old left rear corner from Casey Miller. Great battle right here in the middle of the field. This is about 5th to about 10th right here. Reed Rundle working the inside on Miller right through the center of the track. Boyd is out in front of Williams. Williams is in front of Reuter, and they're now going to get side by side. Robert Lynn and Jill Reuter side by side for third. Behind that, it is just a mad dash to try to figure out who's going to be 5th, and Casey Miller puts the 05 car into that spot. Boyd out in front, and he's gone by over a second. Williams has settled into the 2nd spot, and he is trailing. Just kind of running right below the rim right there. Still side by side right here. Reuter and Lynn. And Lynn has the inside. And Reuter's going to take advantage of the momentum off the top side. He moves himself into 3rd. Lynn settles into 4th. Now Casey Miller in 5th is caught up to that battle. That's a single foul line, 5 cars deep from 3rd back to about 7th. Gerlach is in that 7th spot, and he's tucked under his teammate, Nick Cohan. Those two coming out of turn 4, and Cohan starts to pull away just a little bit. Side by side behind that, DeBarro's got the outside, Rundle on the inside. That's 8th and 9th, and Nick Chambrone back to 10th now. Up to the front, 1.1 seconds and almost into lap traffic. Garrett Boyd has led since we dropped the green flag, and he's going to complete the first of 10, or the last of 10 laps and the 10th of 40. He'll be catching up. I think Bill Coy is the first car on that hit list to be lapped, and he certainly is right there. He runs in the 18th spot. He's going into turns 3. Now he's coming out of turn 4, and Garrett Boyd is about half a corner behind him. Ryan Williams about 1.25 seconds behind, and then it's a good 2.5 seconds back to Joe Reuter. Starting to see a battle for fourth, as Robert Lynn is going to give that up to Casey Miller. Miller right against the top. Right up where the fluffy stuff is, and he's finding some momentum out of that. He moves into fourth. Robert Lynn to fifth. Cohan is still sixth, and Gerlach is still seventh. Those two teammates still going at it almost side by side here. Gerlach falling in behind will go back to the front as your leader into lap traffic. That time, Bill Coy just kind of took the car down to the bottom, backed it off just a little bit. Jason Haynes is in the 26, and something happened to him. He had an off-track excursion. We get our first caution. Well, let's see. They say it's Shane Yates, the 11 car, having an issue. Oh, yeah, in there. Hinker got in there super deep and just kind of cleaned out the left rear corner on the 11 car, so. So we'll get back into the field. We'll run down our top 10. Boyd, Williams, Reuter, Miller, Lynn, Cohan, Gerlach, Rundle, Chambrone, and Hinker. And Hinker got in there pretty deep, and he's the one that got into the left rear corner of the 11 of Shane Yates. Still 15 cars on the lead lap. Bill Coy and Jason Haynes one lap down, and Anthony Navarro has taken the 27 car behind the trailer over in the pits, and I don't know if 27 is going to be returning. Bill Coy looks like he is also off into the pits. So side by side, we're going back to green. 15 laps in the book, 25 to go.
Green, green, green.
Restart. And once again, Garrett Boyd. All right, to the front. It's going to be a mad dash behind that once again. This time Reuter grabs second, and Williams is going to have to work around him once more. Casey Miller right behind Williams. That's the purple car with the teal-colored flames and numbers on it right there. Around the top side, he's got fourth. Williams has second away from Reuter. Reuter gets back into third, and he's going to stay in the middle. It looks to me like a lot of the momentum is coming off the top side here, especially down in 3 and 4. Maybe not as much in 1 and 2. So you saw Cohan get side by side with Lynn right there in 1 and 2, and here comes Gerlach around the top side. So Josh Gerlach right up against the outside lip right there. He gets squeezed into the fence by Robert Lynn. He's going to be able to keep it going. Williams now has cleared Miller. So your top three, Boyd, Williams, and Miller. As we're going to reach the halfway point next time. Trying to see who wrecked here. Looks like John Borst, maybe? A black and white car right in the middle right there. No, that's not who that is. Here we go, the all-black machine right here. Had the wrong replay loaded right there. Down to the corner, there's Hinker again, and Hinker, a 24 car. His second time to put somebody around down in 3 and 4. So we'll get back towards the front. Boyd, Williams, Miller, your top three. Then Reuter, Lynn, Gerlach, Cohan, Rundle, Chambrone, and Hinker. So it looks like Haynes is still on track, but he's a lap down. Coy back on track, and he's just 1 lap down. And then DeBarro, who is 4 laps down, off in the pits. So just about to sneak up on halfway. It has been all Garrett Boyd. Had about a 1.5 second lead before the last caution, and we really didn't get a chance to get going, but it looked like he was out to about half to 3/4 of a second right before this caution came out. Thank you, Olivia. So we'll get them back going, and we will be right at the halfway point. 20 down, 20 to go. See Josh Gerlach on the outside of that third row. And Gerlach coming forward. One of the biggest movers in the field right now as we're back under the green. And Boyd goes right back to the outside. He's got the lead. They are 3, almost 4 wide behind that. Casey Miller was kind of down on the bottom. Couldn't move up because Reuter had the nose there and Williams was on the outside. So now Williams clears cleanly into second. They're 2 wide behind that. Reuter was in the middle. Here comes Gerlach, and Gerlach keeps trying to run that outside. And right on the exits of the corner, the 20 is coming up there to cover just enough of the line that he can't use the momentum to clear. Casey Miller still stuck down on the bottom, got Robert Lynn behind him. Reuter now cleanly into third, and Gerlach's trying to work on the outside of Miller to take fourth. Reuter goes in about a lane lower, and now Gerlach's got to run on the top side when he comes out of 2. He takes the spot away, move Josh Gerlach up to third. Reuter back to fourth. Miller now in fifth on the top side. Robert Lynn down on the bottom. He is sixth. Rundle is seventh, and here comes Shane Yates, biggest mover in the field.
All right, man.
Up
Caution
10
is
positions
out.
as we have another caution. This one looks like it's for the 11. Yeah, going to be for the 11 car. This is Jerry Watkins. Oh, Nick Cohan was trying to come back on the track. Yeah, that's going to end Watkins' night for sure. The 11 car pretty much destroyed. Cohan went off in 3, and when he came back on the track, lo and behold, there's another race car right there. They made contact and a hard lick into the outside wall up off of turn number 4. And I think Jerry Watkins' machine, heavily down, he may be able to roll around and make some laps, but he's probably not going to be very effective with that thing. Looks like the front air dam is completely missing, and the whole right side of that car is beaten and bashed. Right front fender is gone, so yeah, he's going to be driving a snowplow here. So we'll double them up. Once again, going to be Boyd and Williams in the front row, Gerlach and Reuter in row 2. And then Miller and Lynn in the third row. $15 laps to go.
Green, green, green.
And Boyd gets another great start as we go back to the green. You can see them start to fan out. Now they're going to come together 2 wide, 2 deep for third through 6th. As Boyd goes by, here comes Miller on the top side. He's on the outside of the second one. Going to be 3 wide now as Lynn puts it in between Miller and Rundle. Gerlach and Reuter still battling over third. A couple of old dogs on a bone right there. Now, Casey Miller finds a little bit of speed. He gets around Gerlach and he takes fourth away and caution.
Caution is out.
This time, I think Orion Bueller, the 7 car right here, is going to be involved in something down here in 1 and 2. Went to go. Oh, he went to move out of the way as Chambrone kind of got free up on the top. Found the berm, and there was already somebody there. And he is going to get... turned around and sent off the top of turn number 2. So a little bit of yellow fever right here with about 15 to go. Boyd, Williams, Reuter, Miller, Gerlach, the top 5. Rundle, Lynn, Cohan, Chambrone, and Yates in the top 10. And Shane Yates, 8 spots improved right now. Started 18th. He's up to 10th. So right now, our hard charger, but Ryan Williams in second has improved 7 spots. And Reed Rundle in 6th, up 6 spots. It's a little beat, a little bumper, a little banging at the start. Reuter took a peek on the inside of Boyd. And Ryan Williams did not get a good start right there. Here comes Gerlach with a head of steam down the backstretch. He's going to tuck right in behind Garrett Boyd. Boyd out of 4. He'll keep the lead. Reuter now going to be side by side with Gerlach.
All right, man.
Caution behind. Is this Hutchison and Yates together? Well, Hutchison's in it. Yates gets down there and gets across the nose of Bueller. I'm going to say that Yates was the car that turned Bueller before, so I'm not going to say that was anything out of the ordinary, but that sure looked suspect at best. So back to pacing once again. We'll have 10 to go when we get the green. We had a good long run there right after that very first early caution, and we have yet to get back to more than about 3 or 4 laps here. So we'll get them doubled up, get them ready to go again. And now it's Boyd and Reuter on the front row. Gerlach and Williams in row 2. Lynn and Miller in the third row. Chambrone is up here again. He's next to Reed Rundle in row number 4. So
Green.
now another good clean start for Boyd. He's going to grab the lead. Reuter going to try to keep Gerlach pinned in on the bottom. They were 3 wide right there, too. And caution. I think Nick Chambrone maybe had a problem here. He might have went out of the stadium, folks. I'm not for sure. He got turned around off the nose of the 24, Trevor Hinker, and that collects several. The 11 car got into it again. Watkins was in that. So wait for them to sort it all out. They're going to stop and wait for the pace vehicle. So it'll be 9 to go. They got 1 lap in right there. At least one that counted. It has been all Garrett Boyd. He started on the pole. He has led every single lap. Really has not been challenged. They're going to go single file because we're inside 10 to go. Boyd, Reuter, Gerlach, Lynn. And that's going to be a big advantage for Boyd. He's been getting good restarts all night long, and now he doesn't have to deal with 2 wide, so he stretches out 5-6 car lengths going into turn number 2. Reuter went to the bottom. He's going to try to hang on to the second position right here. He goes all the way to the top in 3 and 4. Gerlach had a great run on entry. Had to check the car down. Now we'll see if Reuter goes up to the middle like he's been doing. He's going to come off high, covering that exit line. This time Gerlach tried to cut underneath and lost the grip. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right there on the screen. Gerlach tried to get around Reuter, lost a bunch of momentum, and Lynn took a peek on the inside. Now Gerlach right up to the exit of 2 and has to roll the car back as Reuter doesn't have the grip coming off the corner. I think you'll see Gerlach. Woo, big change in the line from the 20 car right there. Covered the inside. Gerlach really lost a lot of distance. But he's making it right back up. He's showing the 20 car he's pretty quick. 3/4 of a second for your leader, Boyd, out in front of these 2 right here. That's 2nd and 3rd. Now Gerlach with a run down the backstretch. Reuter couldn't get there in time to cover it. And Gerlach is going to come around into 2nd. 4 laps to go. Does he have enough time to chase down the points leader and the leader of the race tonight? We'll keep our eyes on the 71 car. 3 to go this time. Boyd, Gerlach, Reuter, your top 3. Then it's a little ways back to Lynn in 4th. Ryan Williams is back up to 5th, and Casey Miller is in 6th. 2 to go this time, shown to your leader. Trying to keep that half a second gap. And Gerlach reeling him down. Few feet here, a few feet there, but I think he's going to run out of time unless Boyd makes a mistake. White flag in the air. One more time. And your points leader going to try to extend his points lead. He comes out at 2. Gerlach got close that time. Now Boyd into the middle, going to cover the exit line right here, and he'll win again. His second time this season, the 21 car. Picking up the win, Josh Gerlach second. Joe Reuter will come home in third. We will try to talk to our top 3. As Boyd will head for the scales. Car was 52 pounds too light. He's disqualified. We have no idea of knowing if he was light or not. I just am going to give that guy some grief. So we'll get the guys. There's Joe Reuter. Joe, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Roger.
Well, heck of a run tonight for the 20 car. Looked like you had all you wanted from several different drivers out there. How were you able to keep that thing on the podium?
Well, I knew Josh was going to be good. He's really good here. So once I saw him coming, I was just going to let him go because he was a lot faster than I was. I didn't really have anything for Garrett either. So pretty happy to finish third here.
Well, an awesome run, man. This track looked like it went through some changes even after the short practice between the B main and this feature. How hard was it to find some grip out there?
Really hard. I thought the track in the heat races was awesome. You're able to run the top. You could go to the bottom if you had to, and then the first 20 laps or so of the feature tonight was really good. You were able to kind of go to the bottom if you had to, and then as it gets slicker and slicker, if you're able to run the top line like Josh and Garrett can, you're just going to be really, really fast here.
Well, an awesome run for the 20 machine tonight, man. I'm sure you got some shout-outs and some thank yous.
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank GSR, Team GSR, my teammates Trevor and Ryan ran tonight. Eric and Robbie weren't able to make the tow. They had some issues with their rig, so shout out to them. Shout out to my mom and dad, my grandma that's watching. Jason Schilling's watching. He's always a big fan of ours, and thanks to everyone that puts the show on. It's awesome.
You have JJ Schilling as a fan?
Jason Schilling he's Ryan Bueller's top fan. He's probably my third or fourth top fan.
Well, my condolences. How's that sound?
I know. Sorry.
No, I like OJJ. He's fun to watch when he's out there. He's either going to bring you a trophy or the steering wheel usually. But, man, an awesome run for you tonight. Congratulations. Can't wait to see you back next week, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Roger.
Joe Ryder, he's going to finish in third tonight. Let's get over here. I don't want to give the guy too hard a time. They call him Garlic. Sometimes I think it's more Girly Man than Garlic. But Josh is in here with us. Josh, you got a copy?
I do, Roger. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Hell of a run tonight. You used the top a lot up there, and you found a lot of momentum. I think you ran into a tiny little bit of a roadblock when you got to the 20 car. You had to really work to get around him. Tell us what was going on in the feature tonight.
Yeah, it just kind of is the way it is here, Top dominates for so long, and ended up getting stuck on the bottom for a couple of those restarts when I don't know what happened there in the middle of that race. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain. I don't like starting deep like this, and I keep finding ways to step on it in those heat races. But definitely have shown that we have the speed, and it's nice passing cars.
Yeah, it's fun watching when guys can really, rip the lip up there and they find the momentum. It just looked like you were really fast in the middle of the corner, and a lot of guys were struggling on the exit. I kept watching you have to check the car down. Hard not to run into the back of somebody in a situation like that.
For sure, and you saw what happens in the heat when you can't check up, you hit somebody and it doesn't end well. But yeah, I felt the same way too. I felt like I could really charge the corner and keep it straight enough, and kind of on the edge enough too, where I could really carry some speed through the center when it seemed like a lot of guys were struggling. But like I said, I mean, when you start on the bottom and you got to try to fight just to get up there to get it going, it took a couple laps here, a couple laps there, and before you know it, it's 5 to go, and I'm having to chase down Garrett, who's already won a couple of these. But we were talking in the waiting room before that I think the bottom was there a little bit better than we realized in 1 and 2. I wasn't expecting to get side by side with him, but it was going to be tough to carry that through 3 and 4, just with how much faster you can be off the corner up top. But yeah, like I said, all in all, great night.
All right, man. Who's on the hot rod this week helping you out?
Well, we got alwaysraceday.com, netcode esports, and the Dizzy boys, the guys at Dizzy Motorsports. Plus Robert. Robert had a nice run. He's really stringing some good finishes together here for netcode esports. So good seeing him running well. And as always, thanks to you, and thanks to Nick and John for putting this deal on.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and I look forward to seeing you back next week.
Sounds good, Roger. Thank you.
Josh Gerlach, he finishes in second. I don't know. I guess we'll go talk to this guy. I say every day he's got a face for radio. I stand by my statement. I said what I said. He drives a 21 machine. He picks up his second win of the season. He's going to extend his points lead. Garrett Boyd, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, an awesome run tonight. I mean, you led this thing from flag to flag. I think you really only got challenged once, and it was right at the end on the last couple of laps there. Gerlach found something on the bottom. Nothing in the works to make you change your mind and even see if there was anything down there?
I kind of know there is a little bit down there towards the end, just because the moisture goes away on the exit of 2. But it's so momentum driven with these cars that you kind of have to, you're kind of forced to run the top unless, the setup's good enough to run the bottom.
Well, we saw you head for the scales when the race was over, and they told us you were 52 pounds light, and so you're going to be disqualified. What do you think of that?
Well, the guy at the scales, I gave him $20. He didn't say anything about that.
Said it wasn't enough. Tough kitty. He's going to keep the 20, and you're not going to get this one. What's up there? What'd you take out of the car, man?
Oh, we moved some lead around, took some off.
Yeah, left some hanging out in turn 2.
Yeah, there's some out there on the exit of 2 somewhere.
Down the trees now, huh? Well, man, an awesome run. That's your second win of the season. You're going to extend your points lead. What's it going to take to wrap this thing up here over the next few weeks and bring home a championship? You just going to have to stay consistent, or do you think you're going to have to pick up some more wins?
More wins won't, obviously won't hurt us, but I think more consistent. It's been kind of the killer for me in the last couple late model races, because we won the first one and then kind of fell off on the next 2 or so. So the consistency is really going to be key.
Well, an awesome run tonight, man. You're sitting up there on top of the podium. I'm sure you got plenty of shout-outs and thank yous before we let you go celebrate.
Yeah, we got to thank 1-8 Electric, Grand Garage, Mom, Grandma, and Girlfriend.
Again, there's no such thing in this world as free pickles. All right, brother. Thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night over at Dirt Slingers.
All right, man.
Garrett Boyd doing tonight a little inside joke. I had dinner with Garrett, and we had to overhear a conversation about charging for pickles at a restaurant, and it turned into this thing. It was absolutely hysterical. So let's look at our final standings. Boyd, we're not there. We're down here. There we go. Now it'll show us the right ones. There it is. Garrett Boyd wins it. Josh Gerlach was second. Joe Roeder was third. Robert Lynn fourth. Ryan Williams in fifth. Casey Miller comes home in sixth. Reed Rundle was seventh. Hard charger for the evening, 11 car Shane Yates. He comes home eighth after starting 18th. Then Nick Cohan in ninth. Trevor Hinker in 10th. Ryan Bueller 11th. 12th went to Nick Chambrone. Corbin Hutchison in 13th. 14th was Jerry Watkins. Bill Coy in 15th. John Bohr 16th. Jason Haynes was 17th, and Anthony Navarro rounded out of the field this evening. Another great show from the PRO Sidewinder guys. They'll be back in the 360 Sprint cars next week. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Dominic Santino back on the call. He will have the General Tires Winter Nationals presented by Tim's Sims, powered by iRacing, and hosted by the Dirt Slingers Wednesday Night Warriors Big Block Modified Series. They will be at Lanier. Going to be a heck of a show. That track always very racy. The Big Block guys get out there. They'll be 3 wide half the night. So they got a 50-lap feature for you. Racing for a lot of prizes, some cash in that series. Looking for a bigger field than they had at Fairbury last week. Not too many guys wanted to make the tow over to Fairbury, so we're looking for a big show tomorrow night out of the DSRL guys. That is going to wrap up tonight's race. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Guys, we know you can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to cover the Dirt Racing Network, and we greatly appreciate it. So until we